Hi guys, my name is Amandeep Singh. I'm currently working as an Android developer at housing.com. I belong to the class of 2015 IIT Guwahati. I'm shooting this video to answer some of the questions that have been given to me by CCD SAIL IIT Guwahati. So firstly, I want to talk about housing.com and its culture. So housing.com is an online real estate search portal which allows users to search housing based on different filters. So I just want to clarify one thing that housing is not a startup anymore. Its strength has increased to 2,800 employees, and this number excludes the data collectors. The culture here at Housing is indeed good. Housing follows Agile. Now, Agile is a software development method where all the teams involved in a product they sit together and collaborate and try to figure out the number of days or the time required to complete the current task. So basically, in short, the product manager won't rush to the developer and will tell that you have to complete this task in these many days. But the developer will get the opportunity to assess the task and to tell that he will be able to complete the task in these many days. Agile includes sprints in order to complete the tasks. Uh, each sprint may vary from 1 to 2 weeks, and in each sprint, all the teams they have to complete the task that they had committed during the sprint planning. Now, if you are joining housing as a software developer, then you have choices to join any of the five teams that includes backend, front end, Android, iOS, and DSL. Now, DSL stands for the Data Sciences Lab. Now, the allotment of the teams is done on the basis of a candidate's resume, plus the current requirement in each team and the preferences that the candidate has filled. Now, moving on to the next question. The second question talks about the future prospects and career growth opportunities. Okay. So as I've mentioned earlier, housing is not a startup anymore. So the perks of joining a startup like rapid growth, etc., is absent. But if you are joining housing as a fresher, you will have a lot of things to learn. There are a lot of experienced and good coders in each team, so you can grab a lot of things from them. Plus, from day one, housing gives you access to the code base, so you can straight away jump into it and start exploring and learning new things. The next question talks about the eligibility criteria. Okay, so in IIT Guwahati last year, as far as I remember, I don't think housing had shortlisted candidates from any of the branches except CAC, MNC, ECE, and EEE. But I have found people who have joined with me this year at housing who have done their BTech in pulp and paper engineering from IIT Roorkee. So probably it's the job of the placement team to push housing to open it for all, and so that people from other branches can have a chance to get into it. Yeah. Next, I will talk about the selection procedure followed by housing last year. Okay, so last year housing had shortlisted the candidates on the basis of the resume itself. There was no such online test, and the selected candidates had given 2 rounds of technical interviews plus 1 round of HR interview before they had been given the offer. So in both the technical interviews, I was asked a lot of puzzles and questions from the projects that I had mentioned in my resume, plus questions from the course databases. And I remember that the discussions on the projects that I had mentioned in my resume were very rigorous. The interviewer had asked me questions about each and everything, that how I did my projects and what was there inside the projects and all. So I'd recommend that if you are writing anything in your resume about the projects that you have done during your internships or during your on-campus courses, you should know them well. Now, questions from databases included on the spot creation of database, as in I was given some variables and their interdependencies, basically a scenario, and I was expected to give the total number of tables and their names that will be required to store them, plus the number and the name of the primary keys, the foreign keys, and the constraints, etc., which was not a very hard task to do. Plus, in databases, they had even asked me some basic questions from transaction management and tree structured indexing, hash based indexing. And the last question that was asked was to write the code of merge sort on paper. And the technical interviews were followed by one HR interview in which they were nailing each and every candidate on just one question, that why do you want to join housing. So that was it about the interviews and all.